Hello. Hi, everybody. You probably know all these people already. So, how many of you actually know Chris and Thomas? Okay. Okay. So for those of you that don't, just a really quick introduction. I met Thomas a while back, and he for the last couple of months we've been chatting, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you know, I play music with my friend Chris, and you should come by the house and have a listen." And most of the time you do that, and it's kind of like, "Oh yeah, man, that's really nice." But I went round to their house the other day, and well, you'll hear what they did, but it was just so lovely. This is their LA debut, Chris and Thomas.
It's always difficult to say why you like something and what it is about a piece of music that makes you want to play it or listen to it over and over again. I think there was just something about the simplicity of the first couple of tracks that I heard from Chris and Thomas that I connected to, and it made me want to play it on the radio.
And the things I want, and I long to be, and I crave.
I was backpacking around Europe and I ran into someone who was a very old friend of Thomas's. At the time I had no idea who Thomas was, but his very good friend said, "Would you mind if I gave Thomas your details, because I think he would like to know what you're going to be doing, you know, the school that you're going to be going to in Liverpool. I think he'd like to know more about it."
Don't let him steal your soul. In my time it has begun.
Chris and I really fed off each other, you know, before we even really knew it. Chris had started out drawing a lot from European music, and I had started out drawing a lot from American music, and we really brought each other back full circle, because I went back to classical composition, and Chris really explored the songwriting and the blues and the rock and roll and all that good stuff coming out of his own country.
We wanted to be making movies, and we wanted to be making music for movies, and one of the first things that we ever did together was a pair of tennis shoes, walking from, you know, the top of England down to the bottom of England. So they started walking in Liverpool, and they ended up at the bottom of Devon in the ocean. We had a cooking show called Coco van. We actually transformed this old Gasport van into a high-class eatery. So we put hardwood floors in the back of the van. We had a roof garden, paintings on the inside. We even had a gallery space attached to it. I think it was about 6 weeks of really hard work that went into that van, and I think you could probably exhibit it now at the Guggenheim Museum. No problem.
Clean and thirsty coyote, would you like a drink from me? You seem to know the mystery from the time when all this land was seen.
Mark Howard had heard our EP, and he called us.
He rented this old 1980s Mexican soundstage for us to record in.
We would create this amazing atmosphere, and we would really record a great record the old school way people would have done it in the 60s or 70s.
Gonna drive into the sun till the driving day's done.
It is Morning Becomes Eclectic, KCRW. Chris and Thomas join us in our studio. They were here a year or so ago, I think. We haven't seen them for a while, but they've had an album out over in the UK, I think, for about 6 months. It's finally getting a domestic release, so we thought we'd invite them back into the studio. Welcome, guys.
Don't hang your heart on things, on love, a name, fate.
Chris and Thomas are here, and these are a couple of hours ago. So now you did some soundtracks for movies, right?
How many of you actually know Chris and Thomas?
I connected to Chris and Thomas.
I can't wait to see this band. There's a duo from LA called Chris and Thomas, which has a song called Take These Thoughts. This very sweet, sort of almost Simon and Garfunkel-esque ballad, a great driving song.
And And we're falling fast, and we're falling far behind, and we're falling to the stories of our mind. And I took my time, and it took me all I had. Now I'm here instead, waiting for. And all the memories that come flashing for my eyes. A sunny day that will take me by surprise.